Hey traders, we're gonna have a look at the longer term picture. I wanna share something with you that I see on the overall charts: the Nasdaq, S&P, Russell, Dow, and I want to show you something. Basically a market that I believe is worth having a look at. Let's get straight into it. Do not place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video today, because trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There are so many areas you need to become good at to become a good trader: emotional mastery, chart reading, trading systems, money and trade management. So this video is just educational only to help you become a much better trader. Alright, so in this video I want to share something with you. I personally have been shorting and getting ready to even short even more the Nasdaq or the QQQ. Basically, I'm buying puts on it. Now, I'm not telling you to do that. I have actually bought put options, and I'm in a loss right now on those particular options, but that doesn't bother me. Again, what happens with that? I'm worried about what happens in September and October and stuff like that. That's when I'm starting to get worried about those particular trades. But I want to share something with you. When this market starts to pull back, I believe the ones that have made the greatest return, are going to be the ones that make the greatest fall out of the market. So what I mean by that is this: is that if we actually look at, say, the Nasdaq, and he's like, which one is going to fall the hardest, the furthest? Is I believe the Nasdaq. So that's actually from this bottom to the top up here. This made a 315% increase. So 315% rise to the high side. Let's actually go over the Russell. What did the Russell do? The Russell actually had a 270% increase. What did the S&P do? Let me just squeeze that up. The S&P actually did, as you can see, 218. And the Dow Jones, what did the Dow Jones do? Down from low to high, only did 180% increase in return. Now, if you put all the charts together, and can I do that? Let me see if I can do something here. All right, there we go. So I've just spent a bit of time while you're on pause. You obviously, magic of editing, and you obviously didn't see anything. But now what I've done is I've just actually squeezed these charts up. And I wanted to show you the ones that have risen the most are going to fall the most. And so you can actually see that the Nasdaq here has had the biggest rise out of the whole lot. So because the Nasdaq has had the biggest rise out of the whole lot, it would make sense that the Nasdaq to me is going to fall the hardest out of the whole lot. So, and if I squeeze my chart right up, and you got, this is the Russell chart, this is obviously the S&P chart, and this is the Dow Jones chart. This is all monthly charts here, and you can see this actually goes back to the 80s. So you can see this is back to the 80s here, and this is obviously the monthly chart up here. And as you can see, guys, I've seen this time and time again, but you can see there's a complete divergence amongst all markets. If I just open up this chart through here a little bit, I'm going to open up this this chart through here, and actually, you know what? Let me bring up this weekly chart, squeeze it right up. Actually, open it up, should I say? You can see that there's actually a complete divergence amongst all these markets. Let me just squeeze this up, go back to weekly, put this on weekly chart as well too. That's a weekly chart there. Put this thing on weekly chart as well too. Squeeze it up just a little bit so we can get in there. Put that thing on weekly chart. Let's squeeze it up, and there we go. So what we can see here, guys, is we can see that there's actually a complete divergence amongst all the markets, and you can really see that here. Now, what I'm going to talk about here is this. Let's bring this here. What's this here? Dow Jones almost at its highs. Maybe it's going to make highs. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I think the S&P will make new highs. But look what's happening with the Russell. The Russell was obviously definitely obviously shoulder, head, and obviously the right shoulder. It's had a little run up as well too. But then obviously you're getting these major lower highs, and obviously you're going to have this lower high as well too. So there's a complete divergence. You're getting the Nasdaq weak, Russell weak, but you've got your Dow Jones and your S&P strong. There's a complete divergence against those particular stocks, and so that's showing you what's happening. But in any event, guys, if you actually look at the bigger picture, which is the if you have a look at the bigger picture, which is say the monthly charts, and you can see what's happening on the monthly charts. For me, guys, the monthly charts, should I say even the weekly charts here, you can see that for me, I believe the Nasdaq and the Russell are going to fall the hardest out of the whole lot, and so the Russell's only going to drop down to there. So the Russell actually looks quite weak as well too, and I believe the Nasdaq is going to fall the hardest and the furthest the first. So while I believe when the market does crack, we could get like a 20 or so % drop down towards the 1300 level, 1300 to 1200 on the Dow Jones. It'll be around about a 20% drop or so would be around about the 1600 level. I believe these levels through here around the 90 level, obviously on those Russell chart, and then this Nasdaq could fall. The first leg could fall as much as 40 or so %. So with that being said, guys, what I'm doing with my longer term put option positions, my directional trades, what I'm doing with that is I'm on the S&P, which is also the SPY. But I'm mainly focusing on the QQQ because when this does unravel, whether it's now or this month or next month or 4 or 5 months from now, it doesn't bother me. When it does unravel, then I believe the Nasdaq is going to be the one that's going to fall the hardest, the furthest. It's going to lead this down. So there we go, guys. There's a bit of a comparison of what I'm looking at, and so out of all the indices, which one's going to fall the hardest? Which one's going to fall the hardest? I believe the Nasdaq is. I'm not going to BS you here. Trading is hard. Over my 10 years of trading, I've learned some amazing systems and strategies, and I've put it all in my brand new Grab the Markets by the Balls course, and I'm giving you 100% free access. This whole course is 12 videos long and almost 10 hours of the best systems and strategies that I know. Click on the image below now to get 100% free access right now.